you are wondering how to overcome self-doubt and finally feel confident in your own skin. You've seen others embrace it with ease, but yet you're not sure how to get there. You're in the right place because in this video, we're actually going to talk about female friendships and the challenges that we've all experienced and you could be experiencing too with them. So one of the things that comes into play is that they're really challenging. Like having girlfriends can be really challenging, especially in your 20s and 30s. And even before that, I would probably honestly say maybe 13 to 30 can be the most challenging years. Because the reality is, none of you have a clue who you are. I didn't have a clue who I was. And so everybody's looking outside of themselves. And I was looking outside of myself too. So the common thing is that we're all looking outside of ourselves to be like, is this accepted? Is that okay? Is this rejected? Because we're tribal. We are tribal beings. So we want to fit in. Nobody wants to be ostracized. Everybody wants to fit in. We sometimes want to be fit into groups that we don't even really want to be friends with because we just still want to feel like we belong. Because we don't have the self-confidence and belief that we're worthy of something different or that we'd be okay without those friends, that we'd be lonely. But here's the thing, sometimes it's better to be lonely than in bad company. Sometimes it's better to be alone or find a new tribe or go out and experience new things than be with friends that are stabbing you in the back. Because it's not friends, those are called frenemies. That they're not supporting you, they're sabotaging you, they're going after your boyfriend, they're saying things about you to each other and making it look like, oh, it's all so great. And they're not really friends. They're a waste of your time, honestly. That's the truth. But then it's like, well, what else do I do? I don't have any other friends. And it's so hard to make new friends. Things are only as hard as sometimes we make them. But if you get into a new hobby, something that you've really wanted to get into, or try a class that you've wanted to take, or move out of your comfort zone, start to explore what's outside your fishbowl. Get curious about what type of other friends that you could meet. Move past feeling self-conscious about it. Do you remember when you're 5? Like you just run up to anybody and be like, will you be my friend? And maybe people would look at you a little bit awkward if we did that now. But still take on that mindset. Because that little girl within you didn't care as much if somebody said no. They just move on to the next person. They didn't worry that their hair wasn't right, or they weren't pretty enough, or they weren't smart enough, or they weren't cool enough, or they weren't thin enough, or they weren't any of this enough. They were, come on. Some of us were rocking hot pink pants and purple t-shirts and 2 different colored socks and hair ribbons galore, and we thought we looked smashing because we did. We did. But somewhere along the way, all of that's been stripped away from us. And it's time for you to reclaim that part of yourself. It's partially about your own self-confidence, your own self-worth. Like attracts like. But if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't have tons of self-confidence, you're going to have friends that don't have confidence in themselves. You're going to have friends that are insecure. And then you're all behaving in insecure ways. You're all low vibing together. And you can't get out of that trap. unless you decide that you're going to get out of the comfort zone and move into the next level and build your self confidence and build your self worth. And it takes time. And then all of a sudden, you'll notice that you don't vibe with these people anymore. I have experienced that so many times. They just vibe out of your life. You know, I think I had a saying that I have in my Etsy store. I have printables. And one of them is that friends are like shoes, keep the good ones and donate the rest. And it's true. If your friends don't lift you up, if your friends don't inspire you to be more, if they aren't always raising the bar of who they desire to be and who you desire to be because you want it from within here, not to prove anything out there, find new friends. And one of the struggles is that, you know, it's also about, like I said, you have so much information out there and you have so many images and data and things that are like fighting for your attention and ripping you down and ripping you apart and overload. Your stimulated overload is through the roof. So journaling can be really helpful with this because you can figure out, go through your friends and write your friends down name by name and write about what that relationship is for you. Does that friend inspire you? What do you love about them? What do you struggle about them? What do you find that your conflicts are with them? And you'll start to see your friends very differently when you put them on paper. And you start to really write about these relationships that you have with them. And think about and feel as you're writing the information down about them, check in on how you feel. Do you write about your friend Molly and she makes you feel awesome and you're smiling as you're writing about your friendship? Or does she make you feel like shit? Well, the truth is that you make yourself feel like shit, but that relationship makes you feel like shit. But check in and see how you feel as you're writing it. And then start to ask yourself, if these friendships make me feel this way, why do I stay in them? And get really honest with yourself. What's the payoff? Does it keep you playing small? Does it keep you in your fishbowl of safety? Does it feel comfortable? Are you the coolest one of them all? Does it make you feel like you belong to something? Does it make you feel sad or empowered? Get really real about that. And then ask yourself, what do I really truly desire in my friendships? I want friends that make me or help me feel within myself this. And write that down. Use your 5 senses. Get really clear about this stuff because you can't go anywhere in life if you don't know where you're going. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a job, a career, relationships with friends, with boyfriends, girlfriends, whomever. Careers, saving money. If you don't have a plan, you have nothing going anywhere but in a circle. So let's give some things some direction. And the other thing that comes into play here with girlfriends is that you all want to be loved and accepted for who you truly are. So be the type of friend that you write in that notebook that you actually really want. Be that kind, caring, loving friend. And yes, you may get hurt. Yes, people may still do shitty things. But you're going to choose which friends on a regular basis are to donate and which ones are to keep. And treat your friends like diamonds. The good ones, treat them like diamonds because you treat yourself like diamonds. You treat yourself amazing. So you treat them that way too, because it's just a reflection of who you are and who you're becoming more and more every day as you build your self-confidence. And when you raise each other up, the deeper your love is and commitment is for each other. Like I said, you're not here to judge your friends, and you don't want your friends to judge you. Learn to communicate with them and not via text messaging. Start for the next 60 days. Phone calls. When you want to talk to your friends for longer than 3 minutes, if it's not the, all right, we're all meeting here type of deal or whatever, put a challenge out for your friends and have it a group thing. For the next 60 days, it's phone calls. We're going to talk to each other on the phone like we did back in the 80s and 90s. Because then you get to really know each other. You get to hear each other's voice. You get to hear what makes them laugh. You can hear what makes you laugh. You can feel the vibration and the conversation and the energy of it. That's what so many of you are starving for. It's something that I had in the 90s was we would wrap up that phone for hours on end. Thank God we had call waiting. But it was fun. It was fun to have multiple people talking on the same call or just gab with your girlfriends for hours on end, just talking about everything. And get to actually feel the energy between each other. That's how you really get to know people. And your relationship will change. Trust me, you do this challenge, and I want to hear about it in the comments. So I want a big yes, I will do this. 60 days, phone calls, building deeper relationships. And 2, I'm donating my friends that no longer serve me. And it doesn't make them bad people. We outgrow our shoes, our clothes, our friends, our families. We outgrow them. You don't, and some friends we have for life. But it's okay to release them. It doesn't mean anything is wrong. You're just here to get to the next level. You're here to find a new tribe. You're here to grow more. And some people may grow this much at a time, and other people may grow this much at a time. So give yourself permission to grow at your own rate. But you are worthy of amazing friendships, ones that make you feel good. Because I know firsthand in high school, I had a long list of frenemies. And it was not fun. And when I learned of stuff that they had said and done to me, I was so hurt. I was so hurt. But I had my moments too. I had one person in particular. I think I was a frenemy too as well. And I have to own that. And sometimes to this day, I kind of feel bad that I was kind of a shitty friend. Okay, no, I wasn't kind of. I was a shitty friend. I was a shitty friend. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because I liked the guy that she liked. And I went after him. And I got him. And I lost her friendship for it. And I turned around and said to her, yeah, I would have done it again. This was back when I was about 18. But we live life in different reasons and different lessons. and we all have growth. But get to really know what you want in a friendship. Get to really know what your friends are all about. Do the journal activity and then figure out what type of friend you really want and then be that. Be that with no, like, you're not looking for anything in return. It will just happen. Trust me. I've been around the block. I know a few things. You've got this. Now go out there and slay it. Have a great day.